Morning peeps, good morning everyone, how's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget as well to like and share the vid. We got big news late last night, massive news. The news that we've all been waiting for the best part of 4 or 5 years. Hello? Oh, look at this. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Errol Spence eyeing future Canelo clash, but only after Crawford Showdown. I said this is the biggest fight that can be made in boxing. Errol Spence versus Canelo at a catch weight of 163 or 164. But anyway, look, enough of that. We are going to do separate videos of obviously the 3 world title fights this weekend. Lawrence Okoli versus Chris Billam-Smith. We need to talk about that. Big fight in Manchester. Lee Wood, Mauricio Lara 2, or Mauricio Lara, Lee Wood 2. And then Luis Alberto Lopez versus Michael Conlan. Conlan going for the IBF featherweight title. So we've got 3 world title fights all over here, all the different broadcasters, all around the same time. Although I have heard that Michael Conlan's going to ring walk a bit earlier. I think around 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's what I've heard, just so it doesn't clash with the other 2. But that's crazy. What's more crazy is the news we got late last night that Errol Spence, Terence Crawford are finally going to get it on. Come on. If that's not exciting for you, then I don't know. Maybe you should start watching badminton. This is it. This is it, people. Like, for me, this was almost the last year I could wait for it. Look, if it happened in 2025, I'd still watch it. But in terms of knowing that I've got 2 guys that are still very, very elite, peak of their powers, this is it. Bear in mind, Terence Crawford's 35. Like, if this fight happened any later, I'd have been like, no, it's just not fair. It's not fair. Crawford's too old. Spencer's too big. But now it's happening. It's perfect. It's perfect. You've got 2 guys that are, in most people's eyes, top 5 pound for pound. Like, this is what you've got. A lot of people have Crawford pound for pound #1. I don't, but I can understand why they do. People have Spence pound for pound 4 or 5 at worst. Both unbeaten, undisputed. This is just sensational news. And I do wonder, look, I know they've been talking for a while, but I do wonder if the final push was seeing how well Ryan Garcia Tank did, because there's been a lot of talk about pay-per-view dead. People are not buying pay-per-views anymore. People are illegally streaming. Will they get bums on seats? You know, can it do really, really good numbers to justify both of them getting the money they want? And I think them seeing Ryan and Tank do 1.2, 1.3 million pay-per-view buys, I think that was the final, like, okay, let's get this done. Pay-per-view isn't dead. People will turn up if we promote this correctly, and this will be promoted correctly. This is going to get the push it deserves. This is massive. It's massive. Boxing's in such a good place right now. It is. I mean, we as boxing fans, we always like to moan, don't we? Like, oh, we want to see that fight, this fight. We've had such a great run. Honestly, how many undisputed fights have we had? And big fights as well. We've had such a good run, and the run continues. The run continues. I mean, we've got Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez. We've got Fulton and Nue. These are all fights that are coming up. These are not fights in 3 or 4 months' time. These are fights that are coming up in a month and 2 months' time. And you look at what we had recently. Look what we've got this weekend. Look what we've got this weekend. Okoli Billam-Smith's a great fight. I mean, Billam-Smith's going to force Okoli to fight. Lee Wood Lara. We had Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron. I mean, look at Loma. So I'm getting excited. Lomachenko, Devin Haney. I mean, we always said that we want to see these so-called new 4 kings fight each other, and it felt like it was never happening. Well, we got Ryan Garcia Tank. That happened. Devin Haney fought one of the old greats in Loma. We're in a good space right now in the sport, and I don't know why it happened and how it happened, but long may it continue. Long may it continue. As for Crawford Spence, I mean, Jesus Christ, when that bell goes, when they do the first face-to-face, like, you've got so much promo material. I mean, their backstage face-to-face altercation, whatever you want to call it, 3 years ago, that was fantastic. You just play that out. That's the promo. Just play that out. That's all you got to do. What a fight. Oh my God. Like, you felt like it would pass. You felt like we're not going to see it. You felt as though maybe Spencer's going to move to 154, inactivity. You felt like this isn't happening. But secretly, they've been training. I mean, AJ spoke about Spence doing double sessions. He spoke about it. Crawford, I've seen footage of Crawford sparring Shakur Stevenson. He's been getting ready for something. He's been getting ready. Gee, this is a big fight. This is a big fight. This does over 1 million pay-per-view buys. This is a big fight. This does over this. I think this sells over 1 million pay-per-view buys. I really do. I think this is huge. It's huge. What a good stretch. All we need now is the fucking heavyweights to do something. That's all we need, and I'm complete. I can walk away happy with boxing. That's all I need. I need the heavyweights to get it on. I need it, because I'm going to do a video on Tyson Fury, because there's been a lot of talk about Dempsey McKean, not to stray away from Spence and Crawford, apologies, but there's been a lot of talk about Tyson Fury versus Dempsey McKean, and for the lineal WBC champion, #1 on the planet, for his last 3 fights, if we include Dempsey McKean, to be Dillian White, Derek Chisora, Dempsey McKean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Nope. 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 But anyway, back to real boxing. Back to big time boxing. This is special, peeps. This is special. This fight's going to be incredible. It really is. I do wish that Crawford was 32, 33, but he keeps himself in fantastic shape. I think when we say 35, I think we still think of athletes of 15 years ago. I think even 20 years ago, I think these athletes now keep themselves in such good nick. And Crawford definitely is one of those athletes. Like, he's supreme. And Errol Spence is sensational. Like, this is rare. This is really rare. Like, you get 2 guys in the same weight class, undefeated, both top 5 pound for pound. Like, it's rare. You're going to have to scratch your head to go back and when that's happened. It's quite rare. So, I can't wait for it. I really can't. And it's great news. Some of you are very skeptical. I put the tweet up and some of you are like, they know. Until they ring walk, don't believe it. Until I see them face to face, don't believe it. You know who I really hope they get for this one? I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if he'll do it. But we need an old school Max Kellerman face-off. Do you know, when was the last time we had one of those? We need an old school, I grew up on those, Max Kellerman face-off for this one. It's the only thing I want. Give me a Max Kellerman face-off and I'll be a happy man. I will die a happy man. I can't wait. I am so excited about this. Oh, God. Yes, people, yes. We've been starved and now they're feeding us. And they're not just feeding us cheeseburgers. They're feeding us the best steak you can ask for. Oh, this is great news. Great news. The only disappointing news for me is that obviously DAZN have nothing to do with this, so I won't be there for it. That's very disappointing. I wonder if DAZN now won't be there for it. That's very disappointing, isn't it? It is what it is. All right, so we have a look and see what news there is before we wrap. Johnny Nelson, everything is in place for Billam Smith, but I'm siding with Lawrence Okolie. We'll do a separate video on that. Gary Cully, congrats to Jose Felix. Best believe I'm coming to get it back. Is that him asking for a rematch? Got to be careful, that one. Got to be careful. Very, very big at the weight, 135. Look, Felix is a puncher, but I do wonder about maybe a jump to 140. Who knows? I don't know. What else we got? Here it is again. This puts a bit of a dampener on it, but you know, don't be upset. Crawford Spence agreed to fight July 29th at the T-Mobile Arena. Contracts not yet signed. We move on. Joseph Parker, my career is on the line. Every fight is a must-win from now on. Joseph Parker weighed in, I think his career lightest or one of the or close to that yesterday. I have no idea who he's fighting. We're just gonna check now. I ain't got a clue. He is fighting Fajai Opelu, who is 15-3 from Australia. Any names on that list? This guy fought Lucas Brown 2021, knocked him out in the 6th round. Joseph Parker does have weird fights, doesn't he? His career is kind of, he has like strange ones, like just random fights. This is a random fight. It is, but at least he's staying busy. At least he's staying busy. Like since that Joe Joyce defeat, you could almost like write off a whole year for him, but he's come back. He had that fight against Jack Massey. It wasn't great. And now he's having this one. I think he just wants to see where he is. But look, good luck to him. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Cryptic. Eddie Hearn. Gary Cully may need to go to 140. Who'll learn a lot from devastating defeat. The problem with Gary Cully going to 140 is that all the attributes, he'll still be big at 140, but his attributes about being long and rangy and just bigger than everyone, just not anymore, really. I mean, there are, look, he's still very, very big, but there are big 140 guys out there as well. So I don't know. Well, they'll know. They'll know what best to do with him. It was so deflating, so deflating, like more so than Katie Taylor losing. I think you know, Katie Taylor losing was always on the cards. Gary Cully losing wasn't. This was supposed to be like he's coming out party. Like we've got a good 135 pounder, good, you know, someone arrogant, cocky, very good on social media, like ticks all the boxes, you know, exciting, left hook, sorry, southpaw, you know. It's funny because I already had a question for him in my head about Conor McGregor sitting ringside, and Conor McGregor always says, nobody can take my left hand. And I was just about to say, look, Conor's there, your hero. Nobody can take your left hand. And I had to delete that. Anyway, look, guys, we're done. We're done. It was just a quick video about this. Oh, Emmanuel Navarrete, Oscar Valdez, WBO title fight. Back in play for August 12th in Glendale, Arizona. See what I'm saying about fights we're getting? See what I'm saying? We're getting top tier fights. We're getting just below that. We're getting everything. Stop complaining. Peace. Pause. Come back. Come back. Come back. I just saw something. Come back. Come back. Stop. Are you still there? You still there? You are. Robert Garcia believes David Benavidez would have beaten a prime Andre Ward. Stop right now. Stop right now. Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Andre Ward was supreme. What? Because Benavidez beat Caleb Plant? No disrespect to Caleb. Like him. Is that what we're going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? Beat someone of note first. Beat someone of real high note, and then talk about beating the great Andre Ward. Disgraceful. Peace.